Hello and welcome to the Normal Mode Alysrazor 10-Man Tanking Guide. My name is Outback Jack, and I will be showing you the fight from the point of view of a Protection Warrior. If you are watching this video, I will assume that you are familiar with the core mechanics of the fight, so we will only focus on the abilities and nuances of the encounter that affect you, the tank. Your role during this encounter hinges around handling the voracious hatchlings. The hatchlings will spawn from eggs placed in the center of the room and become imprinted upon the target closest to them when they hatch, which will be you and the second tank. The imprinted buff causes the hatchling to be permanently fixated onto you and increases your damage against it by 1000%. The damage buff is necessary because you will be responsible for killing the hatchling before the next phase. The hatchling will start off with a satiated buff, which will last for 15 seconds. At the end of 15 seconds, satiated will become hungry, and the hatchling will have a 20% chance on hit to throw a tantrum. Tantrum increases the hatchling's damage and attack speed by 50%. The tantrum and hungry buffs are removed when the hatchling eats a plump lava worm, which will return the hatchling to a satiated state for 15 seconds. The plump lava worms will spawn in 4 locations, creating a box in the center-ish portion of the room. You will utilize 2 of these worms, and the other tank will use the other 2. When the hatchling spawns and fixates on you, move to one side of the room opposite your second tank. Try to avoid the lanes that Alysrazor will cleave her way through, as this is a lot of damage you do not need to be taking. The lava worms will rotate in a circle with a flame cone that does a significant amount of damage. It's best to stay outside the immediate area of the worms until you need to feed your hatchling. The lava worms will spawn twice during this phase, giving you 4 resets to tantrum, so try to manage your hatchling's happiness appropriately. Note that the worms cannot be targeted or damaged by your raid. The only way to remove the lava worms from the field is to have your hatchling eat them. There are several ways to boost your damage against your hatchling. As a warrior, for example, make full use of your cooldowns against hatchlings such as Retaliation and Recklessness. Thorns, applied by a druid, and Retribution Aura from a paladin will also increase the damage done to the hatchlings. Some tanks have opted to mix in damage or threat gear to speed up killing the hatchlings. Do this at your own risk, as your healers will be distracted if your DPS is interrupt challenged on the Blazing Talon initiates. Be mindful of your path and where your healer is located. The room where you will fight Alysrazor is quite large, and your raid can get quite spread out, making it easy to outrange your healer. Try to be consistent so your healer knows exactly where you are at all times. After handling the hatchlings, we are presented with an awareness check. The tornadoes can be best avoided by alternating chasing 2 tornadoes. Follow one tornado until another crosses by, and then turn around and chase that tornado until the first passes by you again. If you find yourself having trouble, try to grab at least one feather to increase your run speed for this phase. After you have finished the tornado phase, Alysrazor will collapse to the ground and take increased damage from the raid. 2 druids will also fly in to channel a spell on Alysrazor to get her powered up and back into the sky. The druids can be stunned, and should be, along with standard interrupts to extend this phase as long as possible. When Alysrazor reaches 50 energy, the druids will fly off and Alysrazor will need to be tanked. 2 alternate strats include having a single tank blow cooldowns to survive the stacking debuff Blazing Claw that Alysrazor applies, as seen here, or tank switching at about 6 to 7 stacks of the debuff. Once Alysrazor reaches 100 energy, she will knock back the entire raid and do about 50,000 damage. Congratulations, you have completed the encounter. Now you get to do it all over again. You can expect to do at least 2 full cycles of the 4 phases of the fight before defeating Alysrazor. You can find our World of Logs link in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please visit the Tankspot.com strategy forums for discussion on this encounter and others. Enjoy your kill!